You're in the building with your boy Next Step in K. Oh my gosh. Yeah, very prompt too. But we here. We said we're gonna come back Sunday, so I'm happy to be here. K will be here in a second. Just sent in a new link to see if this works out correctly. Didn't get a chance to preparate, right? If that's a word, preparate. Oh, it worked. The link worked, K? It worked. It worked, K. K, the link worked. So let me get you in here real fast. Pause. Let's get here, K. Bam. You in the building with your boy Next Step in who?
Hey.
We are in the middle building, y'all. So with that being said, let's get to our intro and then we'll get to the show. Let's do this.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. While I take totes, relax and take notes. While I take totes of the marijuana smoke, relax and take notes. While I take totes, relax and take notes. While I take totes of the marijuana smoke.
Yes, sir. We in the building. It's your boy Next Step in who?
K.
The link worked. I see I might have to just start redoing it and then send it again for the link to work. But I'm glad it worked and we had to do all this promptu stuff. So we in the building. What up, Daryl? Daryl's in here already early.
What up, Daryl? What up?
Ain't seen him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Well, good to see you, bro. But we here, man. We here. We are in the building. It's a lot to talk about. Woo! Miami falters another game, 3 games straight for Celtics. Will this be the first time ever in NBA history that we got a team that was down 3-0 come back and win a series? So let's jump right into it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it.
Daryl said
yes, I got some questions about that, too. I definitely got some questions. I definitely have some questions about that game. I do.
Speak on it.
And shout out to Daryl. Perfect segue for that. He's just saying the NBA is rigged. That ref got to go. Yes. Actually, there were a couple questionable calls that I seen in that game. And I was just like, really? Are you sure? Do you really want the Celtics to go? Why? Because they're the big market team? Is that what it is? They're the historical team? You know? So yeah, there were a couple questionable calls. There's a couple calls they even want to give Miami, even when it was like a couple of obvious calls they didn't want to give them. They were like, well, wait a minute, let's call referee timeout and let's just talk together. Let's confab real fast. No, don't do that because now you're giving Boston the advantage because Miami's in transition and they're running and stuff like that. But it was a hell of a game, a hell of a finish. Straight fundamentals. Fundamentals always wins because what's the number one rule? When the ball goes up, what do you do if you don't have the ball? You box out the man that you run to the basket. Yep. And Derek White happened to get lucky, man. He happened to get lucky. Got that tap, got that position. He got that tap in. But also, the play before that with Jimmy icing. 3 free throws in a row. Icing.
I'm sitting here saying to myself, how can he get charged an offensive foul for going up to the basket?
There you go. You remember? Yeah.
It wasn't his elbow that hit him. It was his bicep.
He got in the way.
But the thing was, it wasn't flagrant. It wasn't any kind.
He got in the way, basically.
How was he supposed to go up? Was he supposed to move so that he can go around his face?
Yeah,
if he's in his space in that play
and get hit for a charge again.
Yes,
you got in the way.
Crazy.
You got in the way of the car. It's not the car's fault you got hit.
Not at all.
Yeah, you're jaywalking.
If it was the elbow, okay, I get it. It's the elbow.
It's a wind up or something like that, or a push off or something like that. And he's going up. He's going up, man. If he's going up, that should be a foul.
Oh, that's who's in the building.
Yeah, this is B. Yeah.
Hey,
Sidebar.
what?
Sidebar would be B played hella good today, man. B
Oh,
was
y'all
looking
hooped
like
today?
yeah, B was looking like David Thompson today, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. He did this one move like I was.
That says a lot coming from you.
Yeah, he was. Yo, listen, I was in transition, right? I'm backpedaling, so I'm like, all right, if I stop right here, I'm just gonna just make a move. Like this dude went around, and I don't know if he took off and went around me. But only thing I remember is I stopped. This dude just took off, and next thing you know, the ball's coming through the net. I'm like, what just happened here?
He probably walked. But hey, what up, B? It is what it is. I am him. I don't know what they're supposed to be. The lion,
I think it's a
tigers,
lion.
and bears. Oh boy,
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell.
I mean, he's the group chat's going crazy right now. I wanna retort and stuff like that. And can I get that retort? Can I get the retort soundbite, please? Thank you.
I got you. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Well, okay, there we go.
Will allow me to retort.
There you go.
Listen, I wanted to get that, and it was like, it's going to be pointless to even go back and forth with him. I mean, I already know who his target is, but it is what it is. Daryl says they try to let them win, because he was already in motion. Yeah, of course. Listen, the same call, and shout out to Daryl, the same call y'all gave the ball, so y'all call it opposite. The result, this issue is horrible. It was horrible. It was. And they were doing their best. They were doing their best to, I don't know if there's money on the books or something like that. Ergo, i.e. Tim Donaghy. But do you really want Boston to go?
And you think about it.
The Heat to go now. I want the Heat to go.
And you think about it now. It's like
Go ahead.
Denver had Lakers 3-0.
Yep.
Miami had Boston 3-0. Lakers and Boston both down 3-0. How could that turn out to be both of those teams wind up winning 4 straight to get into the NBA championship?
And then they just
since Boston, since Lakers couldn't do it, we allowed. When I say we allow, because we don't know, it's possible. It's always in the air. But
because Jimmy's performance yesterday because the third quarter was horrible. Third quarter was horrible for Jimmy and Bam.
Sure.
And a lot of some of the guys we were all talking today at the gym. We were talking about Bam, we were saying Bam needs to get a better bag because I think they're hip to the jump hook and all the other stuff. But to be honest with you, I mean, anybody's going to be hip to you by the time you play 4 or 5 games in a row. I pretty much know your tendencies by now. I shouldn't even, by the time we get to game 5, I shouldn't even know the tiers and my assignments and stuff like that. I already know who I'm playing.
Right.
I already know what he's going to do. If Larry likes to hit the bank shot, what do we do? Take away the bank shot.
The bank shot, right.
Casey likes to go left. What do? Make him put the ball in his right hand.
Right.
Make him do something else. Make him cross over or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. With Bam, if he likes to go up, over the right shoulder, make him go over the left shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But shout out to Daryl. Daryl said, yep. You already got caught 4K, mad at Jimmy Buckets when he made a layup. He definitely bet on the game, and the Celtics fan should not be a ref. You're absolutely right. That's definitely a conflict.
Yeah, it's crazy. Please make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. And we in the building. It's your boy, Next Step in K. And this is our second show of the week. We did our Thursday show. Today is our Sunday show before I go to work. So I want to make sure I promised that we were going to come on today and do a show. So, and it was no better time after that game last night, which this was I was in awe. I saw some of it, but not the whole entire game because I was drinking yesterday at the neighbor crib.
I think that game would have made you drink, to be honest with you. The way the Heat were playing in the third quarter, it would have pushed you to drink.
I caught part of the end of the third quarter before I was just gone, but I did see the last bucket. So I was when I saw the offensive foul that they called on Jimmy, and I dozed off or whatever, and then I woke up and it was the last play of the game, and I was just I was
You was out there.
Yeah.
He was out there
But
somewhere.
I was
He
there.
was
But I
La
was
La
there, man.
Land.
Please, make sure once y'all come in
La La
here,
Land.
y'all say what's up so we can give you a shout out. You know, we appreciate y'all locking in with us here in the building with your boy Next Step in K. And we currently are talking about the Miami game last
Definitely
night.
talking, yeah.
How now Boston has got some momentum, and it's going to take a heroic Miami team to pull this game off, because if Tatum and Brown to get to going early, and they smell blood the
Yeah,
same way
'cause-
Miami did, but they have these two firepowers that can get going at any given second. Next game is going to be crucial
Oh
for
yeah,
the
like
Miami Heat.
you.
Well, it's do or die no matter what.
Oh,
But
pretty much. Like it's Game 7. Anything
they-
happens in Game 7.
Miami got to put their foot on their neck at the beginning of the game, like they did in Game 3.
Early.
You know what I'm saying? They got to.
Yeah, because Tatum went off. Tatum went off last night. Tatum had what, 31? Tatum had 31 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. You see, what's that? 2 blocks, 1 steal. 15 for 15. What up, Kerm?
What up, Kerm? Good to see
15
you, brother. You get your shirt? Daryl, give you your shirt.
15 for 15 from the line. 100% from the free throw line. So they were making, so they did what they had to do. They're going to the line. They're converting free throws. He didn't really take, I mean, he was 0 for 8 from 3, you know. But, you know, the balls, I mean, he kind of played bad too, to be honest with you, from the field. From a field goal shooting perspective, he was terrible. But from the free throw line, he got 15 easy points.
Yes.
And you combine that with, how many field goals did he hit? You combine that with like 8.
Appreciate you, Kerr. We
8
appreciate you. Yeah. 8 times 2 is 16.
16 plus 15 is what? 31.
That's 31.
Bam. Easy. For all you kids out there,
long.
when you go to the free throw line, make your free throws. Those are the
easiest buckets
ever.
Listen, you can average 8 points a game by just getting 2 free throws a quarter. That's not even including a layup here and there. You at 10 to 12 points. Everybody got this mentality that they got to score 30 points. You got to score by making shots during or get to the line.
Yeah, get to the
That's
line.
what I used to do. Get to the line.
Yeah,
I may
Mike
not get 20 buckets, but I'm gonna get you at least 8 to 10 from the foul line.
Ooh, 8 to 10, like you get 8 to 10 shots there. That's 10 points.
Hey,
then you count your layups that you might get. Then you count a couple cheap buckets.
Cheap buckets, yeah.
Got 18 points.
Before you know it, that stat tracker crazy.
Yeah,
That tracker is crazy.
18 points. Daryl says, man, Haslam better come in the first quarter and F Jason Tatum up and use all his fouls. And yeah. Charles Oakley style, baby.
Yo, what up, Gideon?
Gideon?
Salute. Please make sure you hit that like button as you come in and tell a friend to jump on the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, man. We appreciate it. We need these followers, man. We trying to get monetized at 1,000. We need 1,000. If we can get to at least 100 by the end of another 100, which would be 300 by the end of this month, which is June coming in, that'd be crazy. So that means there's momentum. So we just need y'all to push us. Let's push us.
Yeah. Also, too, the unsung hero. Also, another unsung hero for that Celtics team.
Yep.
Besides Derek White, that's the obvious. Al Horford. Al Horford was playing excellent post and perimeter defense.
At block, he was making what's his name? Bam look bad, man. I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, the year before last, Bam had a breakout year. Was it the year before last?
Yeah.
And then now it just seemed like he just on cruise control. He got his check.
To it, though. Yeah, I think they're hip. Plus,
but,
I think they're hip to him now. They're like, all right.
But he showed so much promise from shooting the little 15-footer, the foul line shot. Now it's like he just stuck to. Once he got that check, now he just like his bag just changed. Like he just went back to to regular. Like
I think also too that I think also they're shrinking the floor a lot too. They're really shrinking it, especially like when Bam gets the ball up top.
They not double teaming Bam though.
They said no. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
They say go ahead. Look, he got the whole floor. Go.
Bam showed in the year before last, before he got that check, how versatile he was going to be as an undersized center. Because he's really a power forward, could put the ball on the ground a little bit, shoot the little mid-range jump shot, had a little post moves. It's
Right.
like we don't see none of that now. Now it's like he's second guessing himself on everything that
Well,
he's
they're
doing.
taking it. They're taking it at their well as a defensive
If they're
player.
playing me 1-on-1, they're not
Uh-huh.
taking anything away from me.
No, for Horford. Now, for Horford, what he's doing, he's first of all, he's daring him he's daring him to take the shot.
But he used to take that shot and make it. That's how he got his check.
And then also too, like Bam, I've seen it a couple instances too. Down, like Bam's trying to overpower Horford, but keep in mind, like, see the trick is with Horford, he has super long arms and he has timing. For a shot blocker, that's key because only thing you need is time. You don't have to get it at the top of the jump, but if you get it at the before you get to the peak of it, or because some players when they're athletic, some players they make the mistake of shooting the ball on the way up instead of shooting the ball at the peak of the jump. You know what I mean? You're supposed to shoot the ball at the peak of the jump,
But
so that's
it's
when
not
you get that full arch.
according to your. It depends on your shooting.
Your shooting style. Yeah. Your
Some
shooting
people
style.
have to shoot. Everybody's not Ray Allen where you're gonna get to your peak of your jump.
Or Mitch Richmond.
Or Michael Porter Jr. He does it too. He gets to the peak of his jump and then
that joint
releases
is like-
the ball.
That joint's like
Not
a damn
everybody
rainbow.
can do that.
Yeah,
Not everybody can do that. Kermit said, "I hate Marcus Smart MVP so far. Flopping Smart. He's the toughest guy that flops
Smart.
so much. It kills me with him. Bam playing like he's playing very hesitant. I said the same thing, man. Like I'm sitting there like, Bam, you just got this check because you showed in the workouts, and then after the workouts, you came in that season was shitting the mid-range jumper, getting to the basket, putting the ball on the ground, and I don't see any of that right now. I just see him get the ball in the post and look in the pass, or every now and then he'll shoot that little turnaround hook shot. And I'm sitting there like, yo, you're not being as aggressive as you used to be offensively. Like, you're not showing that same progression that you showed the year before last. Like, I was saying this all year. He looked like he's just mellowed out now. He just hit his peak, and then now he just down, like, cruise control.
I think they're hip to him now. I think they're
No,
hip to him.
it's no hip to him. No, it's no hip
I think
to
the
him,
Celtics.
man.
I think the
I'm not
Celtics
going
are
for
hip
that,
to
man.
him. They said, "Look, we're not going to double."
But it's not just the
Before-
Celtics.
because-
I've seen this all over, all season long. I've been saying the same thing. It's not just the Celtics. I'm just talking about in general. If we go back in some of our podcasts, I was just like, Bam, it just looked like he's just cool at where he's at now, opposed to the putting in that pressure that he was doing when he got the contract. I just look at it like that, man. I don't see the progress that I was seeing in him not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see it. And I think that's what's holding them back a little bit because everything is coming from the perimeter now. If he, you know what I'm saying, like he used to be a little threat down there in the post or a little, you know what I mean, get the center or a power forward on that wing and put it between his legs and get to the bucket or something. Now he's like he get the ball and he just turning and looking to pass. Periodically he'll take that little jump hook, and I just look at like that's a downfall of what's going on, and what you call him is not getting no time right now, Kevin Love. So it's not like he's a stretch to get Horford or Eric Williams away from the basket, but he's not getting that time right now. So it's like, damn, Bam, you got to do something to make them play.
Because 11 points, 11 points is not getting it.
No, not at all.
He was on the boards. He had 13 boards. But they need points. They need because Jimmy can't do it by himself. Like I said, Jimmy had a great. This dude went in God mode.
Yeah,
in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes
he needs a rest. Even God had to rest in 7 days. Because Jimmy had 24 points, but the majority of those 24 points were in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Bam. A couple times in the second and third quarter, like he was kind of coasting a little bit.
He looked like he coasting all this whole series. Daryl said the twist for Miami is Kyle Lowry. He has to have a big game. I don't think Kyle Lowry has to have a big game, but he has to be impactful in certain areas. Whether it's taking that extra charge, getting that charge that he usually get on defense, a steal or something like that, and hitting the 1 to 2 key threes and momentum stretches. Not that Kyle has to get 20 points, but Kyle has to have a strong 8 to 12 points. But defensively, he has to show up to a point where those offensive fouls that he usually gets, that momentum changers and stuff like that, to get Marcus Smart and all the guys that's at the perimeter are frustrated, like he flopping and all this stuff. Then Marcus Smart come down and do the same damn thing. That's the problem. That's what I think that has to happen in this game. And Kermit said we are about to find out if Eric Spoelstra can really coach. Eric Spoelstra is probably the best coach in the league right now. Yeah, you can't deny it because he has 1 star and 12 role players, 7 of them undrafted, and look where they at.
Yeah.
Look where they at. You know what I'm saying? So he's been doing this for the last 3 to 4 years since they was in the bubble.
Yeah.
So it's not like he had many stars on his team, anything like that. It's just that Giannis and those Joker and players like that would get the attention that gives the coaches, the other coaches, more attention. So Eric Spoelstra been on cruise control the whole time, playing with very little, and nobody talks about his roster. Only person they talk about is Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. He
You know
gets. You know what's funny? What Spoelstra is good for? He gets the most out of the least. People on the team. It's kind of like, you know what that reminds me of? The great John Chaney.
Oh, most definitely.
He will have John Chaney will have the worst team,
players. Yep.
And you'll see them in the Elite Eight somewhere. Like,
Yep.
like my man can't shoot. My man jump shot is just terrible. But they play hella defense. And they play hella defense, and they're a hell of a team.
They're gonna make every point that you score work. You're gonna really work for it.
And that's what Miami does.
Gideon said Heat lack of rebound and inconsistent offense. You could say that because
it was kind of tied up.
They are being out hustled. They're being out hustled though. They're being out hustled, and that's not like Miami. Miami usually be the out hustler.
Right. You know what? A couple of those baskets, like those long baskets that Boston shot, a couple of them, those were long bounces, and they were just like, who's going to be the quickest to the ball? And it was Jaylen Brown just happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
And that's because you're a perimeter shooting team. What happens when you're shooting all your baskets from the perimeter? You get long rebounds.
Long rebounds. I remember those days. When people used to shoot the ball, and the coach used to just look, and he used to just turn his back
like, who ain't getting back? Because right away, you already know it's an outlet pass right away. You know what I'm saying?
I used to hate that, Joe.
I used to hate it because I was always at the top of the key, and I got to get back on defense. But
sometimes you used to get those sneaky buckets, though, Larry. Like, boop, like, I'm out. Yeah, I'm like, yo, man, get Larry. So get Larry. I got it, okay? I got it. Don't worry about me. Stick your man. No, you stick your man. Because he got 6 points on you right now.
Already. But it's bad as a point guard. That's why I used to love when we ran offenses when I would have to make a pass and get to the wing or go in the corner. Because then that way, somebody take a long shot, and I know most of the guys that's on the perimeter with me is going to take threes and all these long shots. I ain't got to be the one running back and getting hollered at if I don't get back because I'm looking at the basketball. Now I can get back, but the person at the top of the key is responsible for the fast break defense.
I know you get that feeling when you see, like, what's going up. You know you ain't going to see that ball for the rest of the offensive set. You like this. Like, you just...
Kerr said, I plead the fifth. The Kerr, that's all he did was launch.
Sarcasm is anger's ugly cousin. From now on, unacceptable.
Yo, Kerr, that's all he did was launch. I ain't even going to front. Kerr was like, I'm not going to that basket. Kerr will hit you with a pump fake and step an inch inside of the 3-point line and shoot that before he go to the basket. I don't think Kerr probably scored 100 points in his whole career shooting layups. You know what I'm saying? Old head Kerr, the jump shooting up. You can't tell him it was a bad shot.
Like Kerr is like, yo, a bad shot is a shot that I don't shoot.
Right. He like you get back.
He's like, that's like the Don Nelson era. Like, why come you ain't rebounded?
Yeah, why you ain't rebounded? You right there. No, nigga, you shot the bad shot, dog.
Like Kermit went over to the backboard. What do you want me to do?
I bet you won't get these next 7 passes down court. You better. No Kermit get the rebound if he feel threatened. Kermit will not pass that ball off the rebound and launch
and look you right off,
and look you off like a champ. Look you right off like a champ.
Right off.
Kermit out of pocket.
In the rebounding battle, Yeah, it was pretty much a draw because the Celtics and Celtics Miami both had 47 rebounds. It's just a simple fact. Actually, Miami had more offensive rebounds. They had about 17. And Boston had 12, but their offensive rebounds came exactly at the right time that they needed them. Jaylen Brown, he's getting a couple of rebounds here. Marcus Smart got a couple of rebounds. Also, too, they were also targeting Duncan Robinson too on the switches. They were taking full advantage of Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson at the top. Let me get him on the wing real quick.
Yep.
1-2 dribble, layup. 1-2 dribble, dish. 1-2 dribble, and one. I'm like, okay, all right, that's smart. It was what you're supposed to do. You attack the mismatch.
Yes, sir.
Because everything on defense, except the blocks, I would say Miami had them beat. They had 22 assists. They caused Boston to have 12 turnovers. They just didn't convert. They had more offensive rebounds. Let me see. Miami also had 5 steals. Yeah, and one technical foul. That's about it. Yeah.
But like I said, man, I believe that Miami needed to get rid of Boston in Game 6. Almost like the same way that the Sixers need to get rid of Celtics in Game 6.
Yeah.
And momentum is a mother sucker, man. Momentum is a mother
And
sucker.
they're going back to Boston.
Kerm, no, you didn't.
Kerm said
no, Kerm. We're not doing. We'll go there.
swipe buys don't count.
Yeah. Don't drive by. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that don't count. You play defense in the zone. Yeah, right. Yo, we appreciate you locking in with us, Kerm, man. Yo, Pop. He look like he about to drive a SEPTA bus right now.
Man, I think he's just coming back. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but all right, Kerm, appreciate you locking in with us, man. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave out of here. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. But yeah, man, it's crazy. That Miami needed to get rid of them like immediately as soon as possible in that Game 5. Game 6, and they didn't get it done. And I think it's going to bite them in the. Well, it ain't that it's going to bite it. It bit them in the butt because right now they in trouble.
Now the pressure's on Miami. Now, because do you want to be a part of history?
Right.
Nobody wants to be. Everybody wants to make history, but then you have the people who are on the other side of history. First team. Because you're going to be that trivia question. You're like, who's the team was?
Yep. Who's the first team to come back from a 3-0 deficit? And
name the team
against
that they
who?
beat.
Yep. Against who?
Miami. Miami. It was spring. It was spring 2023, and Jimmy Butler scored like 7 points. I'm not going to put that in the atmosphere.
You stupid.
I'm definitely not going to put that. Yeah, I'm not going to put that in the atmosphere. But Miami played. They played a great game, man. It's just a simple fact. It was those. When I was watching the game, I swore that Duncan Robinson was going to hit those back-to-back threes. I'm like, okay, all right. He missed the first one. I'm like, ooh, kind of rattled out a little bit. I'm like, all right. That means it's on target. Then he got the next thing. I think they got a steal, and he caught it right, elbow extended, right above the 3-point line. That's easy because it's a good angle. You can bank it. If you shoot it right, it'll go straight in. That joint was like boink.
That's crazy.
I was like, ooh, that was gonna haunt you. That was gonna haunt you in your dreams. So,
bro,
yeah, go to the short corner next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. But like I said, Jimmy Butler had 24, 11, and 8. Bam had 11, 13, and 5. Gabe Vincent had 15 and 4. Is it Caleb Martin? No, it's Caleb, right?
Yep.
It's Caleb. Okay, yeah, Caleb. I get the twins confused. Caleb and Cody. Shout out to University of Nevada.
Yep.
Cody Martin had 21. Yo, Cody Martin was hooping last night.
Yeah.
He had 21 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal on the block, I believe. And Strauss also hooping out there. 10 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. I think all you have to do is just up the score. Really, bam. Everybody that's starting 5 had They had double digits. Yeah. All Bam has to do is increase that to the 20. That's game right there. That's game.
Oh man, let's take a little break here. We have
Okay.
a little commercial break here. Um, our girl, Philly's own Ashley Jones, has a skills and drills basketball camp on June 10th, 2023 at Finley
All right.
Recreation Center,
Hey.
7701 Mansfield Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19150. All campers will get free ticket to the Danny Rump Classic, which they will enjoy those games for
All
sure.
right.
There will be CPR training and guest speakers. For applications and additional info, contact Kim 215-570-9868. Ashley herself, 215-559-4861. And Q, aka Barkley, Quincy, the daddy. Kim is Ashley's mom. Quincy is, Ashley's father, as we all know, Q, aka Barkley, at 267-234-1948. The cost is $60. You will have food, drinks, and you will get a T-shirt as well for the camp. Once again, Ashley Jones, first annual basketball skills and drills camp on June 10th, 2023 at Finley Recreation Center, 7701 Mansfield Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19150. Information, any other information needed, you can reach out to Ashley Jones on Facebook or in her Instagram. And you can reach out to her as well on her phone number is 215-559-4861. Philly's own Ashley Jones, Newman Goretti, one of the top females to ever come out of Philadelphia basketball. Proud to say I was part of her journey, to be part of her journey as well. But she's looking to do things to give back into the community. So we're looking forward to a lot of participation from not only us, but for other people in the Philadelphia area, especially uptown, stand up. And helping her have a great first annual basketball skills and drills camp.
Shoot, I might sign up for that.
Hey, you might need to, so that friendly basketball can go out the window for you, brother.
I'm still gonna play friendly basketball.
Yeah, okay, if you say so.
I am.
But
Yeah.
we back. Once again, y'all, we back. We in the building, man. We in the building, man.
Yeah. During the commercial break, we're back. In the basement podcast with Next Step and K. We were just talking about during the commercial break playing, friendly basketball and stuff like that. Actually, I got yelled at today by Tuck. Tuck got mad at me because I had because it was on the Switch and I had Doc.
Oh, here we go with the Switch. Here we go with the Switch.
And it was a real shout out to Doc
It's-
McKenna. Shout out to Doc McKenna. And it was a real easy basket, but I was just like, no, I'm gonna go out and pass it to somebody else. Go ahead, go. Yeah,
That's what you did?
Yeah, I did. I got yelled at. Oh, Tuck berated me up and down the court. I want to win. I'm this. We gotta win. Shoot the ball. I'm like, but Tuck is Doc. I'm not gonna beat him up along the post and the mid range and stuff like that. That's not cool. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it is down there. I'm like, Tuck. I mean, come on.
You are now in the mind of K.
Sharing is caring.
Sharon is caring. Yo,
But
K is the nicest basketball player to ever play in the basketball career. I've never seen someone so nice when it comes to basketball.
yeah, I mean, listen. Someone
He is
gets knocked
so-
down. I will run over there to help you up. Hey,
He
you
won't
okay,
even go
man?
on a
You good?
fast break if somebody fell. He would stop, call a timeout, get a Band-Aid, anything that you need, and y'all could be down 1 point with 10 seconds left, and he will not go for that layup. He would stop and
hear
say,
that.
"I'm making sure that person was good." He's the kindest basketball player
Make sure you're good. But
ever.
if you pull the lever,
Oh, you gonna have angry K.
angry cat.
God did!
Yo, you are out of control, man. You are definitely out of control.
Oh man. Also, speaking of basketball, we touched on this on Friday. The Philadelphia has lost a national treasure, and for all the hoopers out there, if you haven't heard of Ted Solari, please look him up. But definitely, we didn't get a chance to really talk about it. But what did he mean to you? Just being playing the sport of basketball, also coaching and things of that sort, and exposure.
When you talk about certain individuals, man, and their time giving back to the youth for the Philadelphia area, Ted Celery was the guy. He would come to your home, at your games. He would pull up and just talk to you, have a regular conversation. And he was the epitome of a person with a big heart. You know what I mean? Sometimes he would people that don't get write ups. I wasn't the person to get the write up in high school. I knew everybody knew who I was and knew I could hoop, but I wasn't,
Right.
one of those guys. But being around certain people, like when I was, chilling with She every now and then, and Chaffee, of course, if I'm
Course.
playing in Total Response and stuff like that.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Total
Shout out
Response.
to
In
Total
the instance.
Response. Which one did you play in? Like Gusty Lake?
I played in Gustine Lake.
Whew,
Yeah,
Gusty
that
Lake.
that
That
was
joint
that
should
was
be
that was
fire.
yeah, Gustine Lake was.
Yo, for y'all young bucks out there, Total Response. If you don't know,
Oh
then you
man,
don't know. Then
Yeah.
you don't know.
the slippery floors when it was humid, we couldn't play. Like, they don't know
That
about
hardwood, they had
Gustine.
that hardwood floor
Yeah,
with the
Gustine Lake.
dead spots and stuff like that, with the glass backboards.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
man. Come
Yes,
on, man.
sir. Gustine Lake. Truth.
Gusty freaking
Yeah,
Lake.
but
Love
Ted,
it. I love
Ted
it.
was Ted was everywhere. Like, if there was some kind of sport going on,
Yes.
and he would cover any and everybody, especially the scholar athletes, the Shees and everybody else. But when I say a real great human being, uh, but to see like what Randy Miller is doing, Del Greco, my little brother Taylor, and his homie with the Philly Hoop Group, um, and a number of others, Little Vaughn, you know what I mean, the Chosen League, like those people that are giving
Shout out to him.
him, yeah, and giving other opportunities for the young journalists to get into the game of what Ted was doing, because the Philadelphia News don't do the same thing that Ted was doing. Ted would have write-ups on every team. You would get the box scores and his write-up under it and all that stuff. They don't do that like they did back in the day now. Now it's like certain individuals would get the write-ups and stuff like that. But Ted was a person that would be at every game. He would be outside from Rooter to Tutor, track and field, any and everything, man.
Yep.
He's covering everyone
Everything.
and everything. So to lose him, we all know everybody has a due date. We
Yeah.
understand that. But it's what you do prior to your due date is that will stand out. You know what I'm saying? If your mark is to make the mark, that the impression that will last forever for those that behind you to follow you, such as like the Randy Miller. I shout out to Randy Miller because that's my guy in the Miller Report. Dell, Dell, because I met Dell from helping my nephew Aunt Durham. You know what I'm saying, during the SAT prep and all the things that he does. You know what I'm saying. And my little brother Taylor now, who's now involved in this journalistic this journey of Philadelphia hoops and football, and he's covering everything. You know what I mean? Him and his partner, I don't know, I can't remember his partner's name, but to see that this is all Ted. This is a lot of Ted. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So to me, it's very warming, and to see a lot of the football players and people that he covered personally, from Matt Put. You know what I'm saying?
But,
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Pud. Yep.
And,
Yep.
and all these players that he had covered, and they showing on Facebook there's the Ted Celery write up that they had. It shows how much they embraced him, not only just because of their write up, but just the journey that man had after the basketball, you know what I mean, or football, or whatever sport it was that they was involved with. But to see his to see all the young journalists now is a great thing, and they pay homage
Oh yeah.
as well.
Oh,
So yeah, that's what it meant to, that's what Ted meant to me. You know what I'm saying? I never was the person that got one of those write-ups. You know what I'm saying? I probably was involved in a couple of them, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you were in there. You were part of it.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, but playing with someone, I probably got a little something inside of that article, but I never was when they had his own article. And then the little articles that he did give me was like from the Total Response leagues and stuff like that, and
Yep.
stuff like that. So I never kept them because at the time it was just,
Yeah.
she got the big joint.
Right. I mean, because if you could, I mean,
I
but
get
most
that
of the
little
time,
square. That's cool. I'm
yep,
cool with
that's
that
it.
$2.
Or guess what? Or if you find yourself, like I didn't even listen. I didn't know how to act when I first saw my name in the box
You
score
know
and
what I'm
stuff like
saying?
that. Like I
Yeah.
showed dad. I showed dad like, huh?
Right. So, but I mean, I appreciated them. Um. So, and even for us doing this podcast, like
Yeah.
this is another outlet that
Mm-hmm.
something that he didn't do specifically, but
Mm-hmm.
this is what led that this is part of that journalistic
Yeah.
journey. And I mean, so and I know you do a lot of things, so
Yeah.
that's all for me. But what about
I
yourself?
mean, for me, it's just like just getting the chance to actually like talk to him and listen to him. I remember he had a couple workshops at like LaSalle, and I remember I got a chance like at a couple games, at a couple high school games. I got a chance to talk with him and just listen to him, just like pick his brain about like Philadelphia basketball, and we were just going back and forth a little bit about like LaSalle basketball history. He was like, wow, he's like, how do you know these guys? Like like the Michael Brooks and Kenny Durant and all those other guys. He's like, how do you know? Like, how old are you? I was like 40 something. He's like, oh, okay, because you kind of got that's back before your time and stuff like that. I was
Right.
like, yeah, well, I follow, but here's the one that got him. I was like, well, yeah, well, Michael Brooks, I got to follow all my Clippers. He was like,
Ah.
he was like, you're going way far back, but just the way that he used to just highlight, all the Philadelphia players, whether they're getting the major pub or just a little bit of pub, like because that actually helps, especially for a person that gives them more confidence. Like, oh, I'm in the scoring column. They did a little story on me. Like they might do like a story to big time player. Like, yeah, such and such. But Larry also had 15 assists to go with the victory.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and sometimes I would see him down there quite as kept. Like a whole lot of people wouldn't really notice him, but he would be down there at those positive image games and those. Dang, what was the one we were just talking about? Augustine Lake.
Total response.
Total response. And Sunny Hill. So and this is for the people who were not getting like the college scholarships and stuff like that, but they were really holding their own against some of the top players in the city and some in the country. So yeah, I mean we owe like a little debt of gratitude to especially for the people who are in journalism, communications, whether it's written or electronic, and yeah, I mean we just lost a national treasure, and it was great to listen to him and just pick his brain about like different things about city basketball, or whether it's suburban basketball, whether it's Catholic League, especially the Catholic League. Man, he would go on and on and on about the Catholic League, man. Like, and we would just be like just trading, just going
Suburban,
off names,
Germantown friends, all like he was
friends,
everywhere.
and interact and stuff like that. He was everywhere.
Yes, definitely was everywhere,
So,
man. It's an honor to meet him, have a conversation with him, to see all the human beings, young and old, black, white, Asian. It didn't matter. It was just about the sport and the exposure for him, and what he's done and the number of families that he's touched.
Yes.
Goes a long way. So, big rest in peace to Ted Celery.
Definitely.
You will be missed, but you'll never be forgotten. And for all the young journalists that's out there, such as ourselves, doing it in a podcast way, and Randy Taylor, Del Greco, who's done amazing jobs for forever, speaking on upon everything and covering all kids and all sports and having their platforms, creating platforms and allowing young kids that's getting into journalism to go under them is a privilege to see that his what Ted has done has gave a lot of people some life into doing other things that they are currently doing right now. So most definitely. So big rest in peace to Ted Celery and condolences to the family of Ted.
Yeah, and also I definitely want to send our condolences like to the Brown family as well. We lost another national treasure. Activist, GOAT. GOAT, because if he didn't retire, early, some of those records that a couple of those records are like unbreakable right now. But the great Jim Brown, what he meant to me, especially what he meant to Dad. because this is Dad's era, and
Right.
I mean, just for what he stood for, because he knew he wasn't going to be like another cog in in the NFL machine. So he was like, listen, either you not do what I say, but like just
Watch
be
me work.
considerate of be considerate of my schedule and stuff like that. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, will you do this or else what? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to retire. Then I'll just make my money. I'll make my money in the movies. I already know I'm going to the Hall of Fame. I ain't worried about that. But also he's famous for the movies and being the OG and stuff like that. But also what a lot of people don't know, he was there for Muhammad Ali. When he brought everybody to Cleveland, for the athlete summit, him, Bill Russell, a couple other, notable players that were down there, for Ali, because he was about to go to jail for not, signing up, for the draft, to go to Vietnam. He's like, no, I'm not going to Vietnam. For what? Ain't no Viet Cong ever called me the N-word. I have no problems with them, so I'm not going to go.
Right.
And then also too, they were also disrespecting Muhammad Ali. They kept calling him by, his government name. Cassius Clay. He's like, no, my name is Muhammad Ali. He's like, no, you're Cassius Clay. He's like, no, I'm Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay, stand to the front. He's like, I'm not going to stand. He's like, do you know you're going to be, for not going to the draft, you face up to 5 years in prison, this and that, da-da-da-da. He's like, it's whatever. So that's when they came down to the summit, to help him out. But to me, like Jim Brown, I mean, he'll always be known as, as
a football player.
Yeah, but also social activists.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite movies, of course, he got game when he was was he Crudup or Smiley, whatever.
Smiley, I think it's Smiley.
Yeah. And yeah, he was just a great actor, but other than that, like, socialist, but definitely folk hero, to me. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he had his share of controversial things.
Oh, most definitely.
But he's never shied away from being himself. So it was a great thing to see that he lived his life according to how he wanted to live. You know what I mean?
Like, because people like that, like, you think that they're going to live forever.
Yes.
Like when I heard the news about that, I was like her, him, Tina Turner, I was like, wow. I was like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We lost Tina Turner too as well.
Yeah, the great Tina Turner too.
She's living in Switzerland.
Artist working women in show business.
Over 100 million albums sold. I think 184 million albums sold.
Yep.
And it's great. It's to see them live the length of life that they've lived is a great thing. You know what I mean? And like I said before, we all have a due date.
Most definitely.
I hope my due date is around that time, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
And not no earlier. So to see the impact that they've had on music, on athletes, on culture, on anything, because you see the LeBrons and Carmelo Anthony's and all these people that standing up and doing these things that social issues and that we don't really tackle on this show because I'm not a political person, but some things we will touch on. We get in and get out. Pause.
That's right.
Pause. You said something gay.
So but to see the things that how they've lived, and I think I heard yesterday Oprah did a interview with Tina Turner a while ago when she was mentioning how when my time is up, I'm almost, I've done everything I needed to do. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? This was way before her passing. She did this interview a couple years ago, I think they said, and they was talking about it, and she just kind of like predicted when this thing was going to happen, and to see that they like I've done everything.
Yeah,
there's nothing else for me to do. I'm here as basically as just like a photographic picture of who I am right now. But in due time, I won't be here. But I've done everything I could while I was here. I impacted all the people I needed to impact while I was here. So when my time comes, I'm satisfied with it. And
definitely,
they went out in a blaze of glory. You know what I'm saying? On their self.
Yep.
Health. Their self, not something that we was like, oh damn, why no accidents, none of that stuff. This is just part of life. Their journey in life. They did everything they needed to do, and these days come. You know what I'm saying? So Rest in peace to Jim Brown. Rest in peace to Tina Turner, Ted Celery, y'all family, the Brown family, the Turner family, Celery family from the In the Basement podcast, and all our family that's involved with us on In the Basement. We all say we all say uh we send our condolences from the In the
Definitely.
Basement family and hosts. So but yeah, so
Yeah.
that's that, you know.
Yeah, most definitely, definitely. Speaking of, like you said, mentioned Jim Brown. Speaking of football, it's
Oh gosh.
DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent now.
Yes, he was released.
Yeah,
Surprisingly released.
they
So
were trying to get rid of him.
you know what's about to happen. It's about to be a feeding frenzy now.
Yeah,
And I don't think he's gonna last to OTAs. I don't think he's gonna last when it comes to the OTA. Nobody gonna sit there and be like, we're gonna wait to see if somebody injured. And honestly, I won't be shocked. You don't hear me? You hear me? You can't hear me?
and basically what's happening here is it's about to, like Larry just said, it's going to be a feeding frenzy. They're saying here now, everybody's saying like the Eagles might get him because he wants to play along with Jalen Hurts. That wouldn't be a bad spot, but I was like, I hope he's not going to go to the Bears. He's not going to because I'm thinking, because I'm thinking he's going to come to the Jets. So I'm like, well, we don't really
Look,
need him for the Jets.
here we go. I knew it
We
was
don't
about
really
to
need
happen.
him.
I knew it
Y'all
was
don't need
about
him
to happen.
either.
I
Now,
knew
listen,
it was about to happen.
You know what? Quiet as
I
kept.
knew it was about to happen. As soon as we start talking about football, Kenny was going to be. Ladies and gentlemen,
May I have
Kenny needs your attention.
please?
There's a free agent out there. And for
Start
the Clippers, the Jets. Kenny got something to say. That he wants everybody that has a name to be on his team. Whether it's Jets, whether it's the Clippers, it doesn't matter. If it has to do with K, it's on you, K.
1,
Speak your mind now.
go.
Well, he ain't coming to the Clippers, so. Listen, word of the street is it's already like people have already taken interest and stuff like that. Word of the street is I think like it's coming down.
I think it'll be a good pickup for y'all. Honestly, I really do.
I mean, I think the Lions, they have a chance to get him. The Chiefs have a chance to get him.
The Lions
Bills.
going to get him, but Lions just is not. I don't think he's going to go play with golf.
Yeah.
A quarterback means something right about now for him. He's not going to go somewhere where he feels though as a quarterback that's not worthy of his time.
Well, I mean, let's say he does. Let's say he does go, to Detroit. Worst case scenario. I mean, he would have to Goff just had to be on some extra stuff and just up his game and stuff like that. That's all. I mean,
All right, time out, okay. So, K needs a snub.
I'm just being positive. I'm just being positive.
Like
here. I'm just being positive.
That's like Carson Wentz. Oh, he go plays with Carson. He just got to up his game. No, they are. How what you call Herm ever said? He is who he say he is.
What's his face? That's Daryl. What's his face?
No, my for Daryl Green, not Daryl Green.
That's Green.
Yeah, it was Coach Green. Was it Daryl Green? Daryl Green's the cornerback. Coach Green. Dennis Green.
Yeah.
He is who he say he is. That's what Carson Wentz and Matt Goff is. How you gonna think he gonna say he gonna up his game now that he got Hopkins?
Well, I mean, all right, because look, so basically, all right, I'm looking at the roster. I'm looking at the roster right now for Detroit. So I'm looking at the roster for Detroit. So let's say he does go there. So basically, he would be joining Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Williams, Marvin Jones, and Josh Reynolds.
And what kind of team did they have last year?
Sorry.
Pause. You said something gay.
This boy, man.
Ask him.
Hold on, I'm trying to find.
Stop talking to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have started with the Bills first. Maybe I should have started with the Bills as a possible landing spot instead of Detroit. I was just trying to.
I can't even find my right sound bite that I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to be positive. That's all. That's all.
So you entertain me with your bullshit.
You're right.
That's exactly what you're doing right now.
Okay. So what about the Bills? Because they said the Bills is a possible landing spot for
He would
Hopkins.
go somewhere where he has a quarterback, and he has a Batman a Batman on the other side.
Diggs, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, I would love to have him as a Cowboy, but you still got Dak. That ain't going to up Dak's game because
I don't know,
his accuracy is who his accuracy is. At the end of the day, you're not going to change that. The receiver doesn't change your accuracy. Your shooting is the same shooting that you're going to shoot at another court. That just because you playing up Simons and then you go to Gustine Lake and all of a sudden you just having memories, your percentage of Gustine Lake is not going to change the way you shoot the ball.
I don't know. I think it will because the courts are different there. Rims are different. Rims are softer. Okay.
Help me,
I'm just being positive here.
nigga.
Not all rims are the same, right? Philly rims aren't the same. They aren't the
So
same.
you
as Gustine
entertain
Lake.
me with your bullshit.
You're right. You know what? You're right. Go ahead, man.
You out of pocket right now.
Okay.
Well, what do you know?
All right. What about the Kansas City Chiefs? The Chiefs.
They don't need to be. They loaded as they are, and they have a bunch of players that. Oh, I mean, it would fit for him. Honestly, I mean, you want to be honest.
Too much.
But they have a whole lot of everything. You see what I'm saying? And Kansas City is a team that I think that needs that marquee receiver. Not to say that he's still Hopkins, but he's still Hopkins. At the end of the day, you still put some respect on that man's name and his ability.
Blessing him. He blessing
Yeah,
him.
he still has them hands and
throwing double
route
coverage.
running. Yeah, so, but
Okay.
Kansas-
Here's one for you. Baltimore.
yes.
Am I off
Yes.
the hook now?
Yeah.
Can I get out the corner now?
Yeah, you're out the corner right there. I take that.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I say Baltimore because you're not expecting what you call him to be himself. Catch. What's the ball name again? The receiver that just went over to Baltimore. What's his name? Beckham.
Oh, yeah.
Odell. You don't expect Odell to be Odell. Odell is a slot receiver now. You know what I'm saying? So, and they did get then. Oh, they got Brown. They got what you call from Emotep over there now, and you put Hopkins over there. That's a solid. And there's no like the star thing is not going to be the issue. It's they just going to be getting open. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and you got a legit quarterback and a legit running game and the offensive line. I can see Baltimore.
Okay, now you're about to put me back in the corner again. I'm going to throw out another random team. How about Houston?
For what? Oh, yeah. This show's is 1 o'clock.
Now, you don't want to be messing with me because I'm liable to stuff a mud hole in your ass, you know?
I'm just saying.
Yo! You in the building with your boy, Next Step. And who?
The Texans.
Yo!
Woo.
I'm going to stop, man. But I do have something to say.
Talk to me.
We have a little commercial break before we get out of here. We didn't do our commercial last week.
Oh, cool.
Get your merch, baby. Holla at us, the In the Basement merch. T-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. We here, man. We appreciate the support. All support goes to the channel for us to have to do other things, giveaways and things like that. Please lock in with us, man. In the Basement merch with your boy Next Step and K. We appreciate it. Every little thing counts, man. We can't help it, but it is what it is, man. We love what we do. We want to continue to keep doing what we're doing, but we can use your support with the In the Basement merch. With that being said, now K gotta get the out of here because he's getting loony. He's losing it.
Listen, I mean, I scored points with Baltimore, though, right?
You did score points with Baltimore.
There you go. I don't mind.
But you was in the negatives twice, so you ain't scored too many points.
Listen, man. As long as we win the game, I don't have to score. So,
yeah,
also,
that's right. We don't want you to score. Putbacks only.
The Dark Horse special, I think the Cowboys might have a chance too, because Jerry Jones could work his magic.
Jerry Jones is still the owner and calling the shots.
And the coach.
So, and he's the quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're right on that one. Paul George agrees on that one.
Oh, you guys. Yo, but big shout out to everybody at the port. You know what I mean? I'm on my way into the office, to the building soon. Everybody, we appreciate y'all locking in with us. Daryl, Mike, Gideon, we ain't seen Tiff in a while. Kern, everybody that locked in with us, man. We appreciate y'all. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe button, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. We'll be back here next Thursday. We should be good for Thursday because I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. So we should be good for Thursday starting next week. And we'll go from there. But we appreciate y'all locking in. That's it for my shout outs. What about yourself? Oh, and next Thursday? Yeah, that's it. Because my daughter, Anela, graduates next Saturday. So we good. Yeah.
Dell State, right?
Hold up. June 3rd. When is June 3rd?
June 3rd is this week.
Right.
Saturday. June 3rd is this Saturday.
This Saturday coming? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, so she graduates this Saturday coming. So
Dell State.
Dell State, here she come.
HB, see you. You know.
But what about you, Kate? You can shout outs?
Shout out to everybody who joined on the show today. Shout out to Kyle, the Black Side Colleges podcast. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If I can get that together. Shout out to the guys at the run today. We had an excellent time just talking.
Oh, B. Shout out to B too. B.
Shout out to B. B had a great day today. I'm not gonna hold you, B. Had a great game today. Shout out to the Sean and Paige. They're coming back from the Girl Scouts and stuff like that and everything.
What's up, Sean? Mama Linda.
Linda, shout out. And also congratulations to you, Larry, as you know, as a father, and you know, she's graduating, going on to take that next step into college and everything. So yeah.
I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Uncle K. You know what I'm saying? Because you was part of her journey.
With the homework and stuff like that.
You was the
I hope I did a good job.
You did the best you could with those two. You know what I'm saying? You did the best you could with those two. What up, Daryl? We appreciate you, bro, for locking in with us, man. But make sure y'all tell a friend. I had the whole Oakland Youth Association on the podcast. Tell them to hit the subscribe button. You with them every day. I don't know why everybody ain't on here, but it is what it is. But yo, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for locking in with us. You in the basement with your boy Next Step in who?
Okay.
Until next time. Real Takes Over Fake Debates, SB Sports Talk, Seven Mitchell, and the Best of Seven podcast. Shout out to them too as well. The Black Psychologist podcast. We appreciate y'all. Yes, until next time, we see y'all on Thursday night at 8. We should be here at 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
Holla at us.
Relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. While I take totes, relax and take notes. While I take totes of the marijuana smoke, relax and take